Hi YouTube, welcome back. Well, today we're going on a little adventure. It's going to be an unseasonably warm winter day today, so it's time to head to Lowe's and get some wood and build our new beds. Well, it's starting to rain, so we got to end this early, so this will be a 2-day event anyway. I don't know when the second day will be though. But we've got the 8-foot bed, a 12-foot bed. This is a 16-foot bed. That's for the kids. It's short, they can get down on the ground better. But it's only 3 feet wide so that they can reach into the middle easier. And then for my fruit bushes, a 2-foot wide, 16-foot long bed. It's only 2x3s because it's not about getting it raised, it's just defining the area so no one drives over it or mows over it. The next good weather day, we're going to be filling them. And we're going to get these beds finished and ready and set up because it's now March and it's been too long, so we got to get them ready to go. I got the 8-foot bed mostly leveled out. It's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's mostly leveled out. I mean, nothing in my garden is actually level at all. The other bed, 12-foot, I don't think I'm going to worry about it because it's mostly level where it sits. So I think I'm just going to fill it up. Well, the rain came a little bit early yesterday, but I did get the base stuff in. And it's not windy today, so maybe you can actually hear me outside. I've filled up the bottom part of the beds with small twigs, thin branches, and old plants from last year. Tomato, pumpkin vine, whatever old plants that I still had around, I put in the bottom of this bed. That will help take up space so you don't have to put as much finished compost on top, as well as create good air pockets because that's good humus. Now, some of this stuff is pretty much all broken down already, but it will still have some nutrients left in it, and some of it has just dried in the sun basically all winter long. So that is our first layer. Next, I'm gonna put some partially decomposed stuff, like leaves, clippings, plant material that hasn't finished composting, because I never turned my compost that I had going all summer and through the winter. It's just a pile over there. It's an ugly, yucky pile that I haven't touched. So the stuff on top is not really all that done. The finished stuff is going to be down at the bottom. The idea is to bury the stuff that isn't done underneath the stuff that is done, and it will help encourage more decomposition faster than if you left it up on top where it's exposed to the air. It's mostly full with the partially broken down stuff. Now we've dug down to the finished compost in the compost pile. So we're gonna cover it with some of that, and then I'm gonna empty some of my buckets of potting mix that I used last year to cover it all completely. Also, nothing is gonna go into these two beds until at least May. So I'm not worried about anything still breaking down by then. It should all be good. My early stuff I'm putting in the older beds that don't have to worry about anything breaking down. Well, need one more bucket to finish off the other corner. It's just a thin layer on top because the last stuff we put on top was finished compost anyway. So the potting soil is just a nice fine layer for the top. That's all done. Didn't cost us any money other than the wood and the screws. I filled it with what I already had. Now, you can't just do this at the last minute and fill it for free. You have to think ahead. I've been working on this compost since last spring. As soon as I started weeding and pulling stuff out of the garden, I started this compost pile. It's definitely the cheapest way to fill a bed because it didn't cost me any money. A lot of time, but no money. Now, the only totally free bed that I have is the block one, because I picked up those blocks that someone was giving away for free, chipped all the mortar off of them myself, and set them up. I did have help setting them up. But that's the only free bag. The wood ones, I did buy the wood and the screws. Alright, don't spill it out here. So you don't have to buy wood. You can use reclaimed wood. You can use pallet wood. But anything free is going to take more time. I bought the wood because I could. And I filled it for free because that's actually the most expensive part. So I spent more time worrying about that than getting the stuff to build the outside. Well, I hope this has helped you. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. And remember, life's an adventure. Thanks for joining me in mine. God bless.